Live. Okay, we are live.
We're live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another lovely episode of Brick at Night. I'm Brick Jake, joined alongside me by Mr. Kennard. You notice the Hawks aren't out here. It's because there's bad weather. Weird weather going on across the country. So
they have no.
We yelled at them, told them that this was a requirement, and they needed to drive 50 miles to the closest energy and. Closest energy. Wow, we're doing great here.
I feel like this is why I do the intros.
Listen, I'm just shaking it up. Okay?
No, I'm glad you're shaking it up.
Listen, Taylor Swift, you gotta shake it up. Shake it up.
Exactly.
Shake it off.
But no, it's really sad that they're not here tonight. Of course, living up north, they're having terrible power issues. But I mean, they're always going to make it into the chat, and this is why they're here. This is why we love them so much that they're in the chat. They're pretty much here to not only support us, but they're also here to support our very special guest who's joining in tonight. We are very excited to have.
Decided not to show up because Super Hawk's not here, so that's awkward.
Maybe they both got.
Of course, it is April Fool's, so
Yeah, out of nowhere they'll just pop up on the live. Hey guys, April Fools. We wanted to show up and show our support, but no, it's a shame that they're not here because this special guest they did bring on, and we are very excited to have them on to our show. This fine gentleman with a beautiful mustache will be joining on to the live today. As you can tell from the title, who's your Brick Daddy? You're about to find out. We're going to bring on Brick Dad Builds. Jake, roll that tape for me. Hey, there he is. What's up, man? How are you?
And he's frozen.
And he's frozen, and the audio went out. Are you muted? Did he mute himself?
No.
Okay, there we go. I think I heard him.
Having technical.
I was, yes. I was muted. So.
It's like no.
My dog started barking because family got home. So yeah, I hit that and I forgot about
Unacceptable.
it. Unacceptable. I'm doing good. Thank you guys for having me in tonight. Great to be here. So
yeah, super happy to have you here. Really hate that the Hawks couldn't join us tonight, but I mean, when we were going through, what was it? This was a month or two ago. We were going through the list of people that we wanted to invite on here. They're like, we get Brick Dad on here. I'm like, send him a message.
I'm surprised because I figured they'd be sick of me for hanging out with me so much with all the shows and stuff going to for Brick World and all that. So
no, who would want to get sick of a face like that?
They hang out with us every week, so I thought they'd get sick of us too. But
yeah, no kidding. They're past their bedtime at this point right now. Because I think that's what the chat was. Yeah, Tuesdays are late nights with y'all, and I'm like, oof, somebody sounds old.
Well, love you guys. As the Brick Dad, I can tell you right now, I definitely have the age bracket over most of you guys. So I clock in at 50 years old. So yeah, let's do late. I'm good with that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's like you don't look at all. You're doing very well for yourself.
I appreciate that. So
that's awesome.
They cannot be sick of you.
I feel like it's funny.
That's because he. I'm going to tell you right now. At the last Brick World show there in Indianapolis, we took an evening. Which, if they want to complain about, it's a late night or something, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a late night because we went out to the F1 karting track and ran go-karts that night. And I'm going to tell you right now, Supa's got some wheels on her. Okay, she's going to run. She's going to run you around that track. And,
it's because she weighs the same amount as like a toddler. She's
aerodynamic. She's like a paper air. She's like that perfectly folded paper airplane that you could throw and just keeps going.
It's like putting a minifigure on an RC car and just driving it around. She's not actually there; it's just moving. So
that's going to be the next piece of content. It's like, all right, babe, you ready to go for a spin on this go kart? And just like a little toy Mario Kart, just like
the rocket launching. Yeah,
exactly. It's gonna pull a Toy Story moment. She's gonna have a rocket strapped to her back.
We're not falling.
I'm not taking any responsibility for that suggestion at all.
She's over half a second fast on the track. See, this is what happens. You're too heavy. Mohawk.
Wow, calling our co-host fat. That's really mean, Ken.
Dude's not even fat though. The guy has like -5 body fat. Like that's how skinny he is.
You just said
I met the man.
Yeah. The only reason he weighs more than her is because of his height.
Yes.
That's fair.
And the beard. I feel like it's the beard.
Yeah, the hair. Yeah.
They've been influenced.
There you go, influenced. See, they're gonna do a Toy Story version of this. Run. No.
So, Dad, I'll just say, do it safely. That's all. Yeah.
You heard it here from Brick Dad, folks. Do it safely.
Strap onto that rocket real tight if you're gonna do it.
Why do I see you doing the only you can prevent forest fires?
After I retired from the military, I was a firefighter. I did that for a while. I was a wildland firefighter, so yeah.
This man just leads red, white, and blue over here.
Well, we feel like crap, Jay. We should just kick off.
You know what it is? It's the mustache aficionados. You know, have you seen that episode of Family Guy where Peter grows a mustache and they're like, "You have a mustache? Come work this fire hose with us."
You have a mustache? Yeah. Oh, the fire. Yes. Oh, yes, for sure. I've never done this before. Am I doing it right? Yes. Yes, the mustache is doing it right.
I've only grown my mustache out like that before, and that was when I was dressed up as Mario for Halloween. I only ever did that. Had the mustache. I did not have the peak. I did not have the twirls like you had, but I just had enough to where I could still wax it and curl it, and it gave a little bit of a curl. But not as strong as that one. There was a fire chief that I did know, Chief Pasquale, or Chief. I think his name was Chief Pasquale. Super Italian dude, but he had his curls did like a double loop-de-loop.
Looping out.
Oh, he had it looping, and I was just like, "Oh, this is amazing." And of course, he had his Dalmatian, so I was like, "This is perfect."
Exactly. Yes.
Fire chief. But, no. So, if anyone's if you're all watching, actually, we have like 4 viewers right now. But from majority of the times that we're live, it's always we're winging it and we're always just goofing off. But the really cool thing is, I think you are probably the first person that we have had who has a Lego Ideas set. I know you and I talked about it a good bit that you wanted to drop that in, and I'm more than happy to pull that up for you.
I'd love to get it out there. From the feedback that I've already had from other Lego Ideas 10,000 Club members, they've been very supportive of it and saying, "Hey, this is a great idea. We really need to work on promoting it so that we can get the Lego idea out there because it's a great art set that is complementary to the rest of the art sets that Lego's already produced. So this one would definitely fit in with what's there."
Oh, I figured it'd be making it a lot bigger. We'll just go with this since it's a much bigger image. But
in order to see it bigger, you can go to Lego Ideas, and all you have to do is search "Son of Man" or "Brick Dad." There's the title there. You can search it there. Go take a look at it. There's other art prints as well that other people have submitted, but this one here is a unique one because it's mine. It's the dad, the dad one. There's a mustache behind that apple, by the way. So I put a YouTube video out that actually highlights where some of the inspiration for this came from on my YouTube channel. And it's actually from the movie The Thomas Crown Affair, because that's part of the plot of the Thomas Crown Affair movie. He's a rich billionaire and steals art for the pleasure of stealing it. And this is one of the prints that he identifies himself with.
Nice.
It's always the hiding behind that. But the art itself, if you actually read into the artist and his motivations behind it, has a lot of identity in the art itself. So, but if anybody wants, I would love the support. You can go click on it, support it, share it with friends, get it out there as much as you can. Any of my content on YouTube, feel free to share that as well, so other people can see what I do.
It's really cool that, like, you put this out there February 13th?
Yes.
And you already got like 394. You already got 394 supporters. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I've got just over a year to hit the 1,000 point mark. But of course, in order to get it made into a set, you need 10,000, and
Yeah.
there is a timeline that you have to stagger through to actually get to that.
Mhm.
Ideally, getting to that 1,000, 5,000, and then 10,000 mark is the goal to do as quickly as possible. Each time you reach the next goal, say I hit 1,000 in 2 months,
Yeah.
I get an additional 150, 160 days, something like that, to continue to give me more time to continue moving on to the 10,000 mark
Howdy.
or 5,000 mark and then the 10,000 mark.
Yeah.
But it's a progression all the way through it.
I think you did a great job, man, with this. I think it looks awesome. I think you have very diverse pieces being used here, which is even amazing. Like you've got the mixture of tiles, you've got the mixture of round tiles. I love how you created the apple over the face, and then you've got, of course, little chin right there.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing is when I put this together, I made sure that everything that I created was brick that was available off the shelf right now at this moment. There's no need for Lego to recolor anything. These are pieces that are already in production. So Lego could literally go to the shelves, pull the pieces, and put this set into production tomorrow.
That's too awesome. Yeah, no, and that's why I was wondering too. Is like, are any of these? I was going to ask you that. Are any of these pieces unique in color? But almost all of these pieces just look like they already are something that you could find in a normal set. Which is great.
Yeah. Once I put it together, I did do an audit of it to make sure that I could go to Bricklink. I could order every one of these pieces, and I could literally just self-order this and build it myself off of Bricklink itself.
Nice.
I'm going to hopefully have this to be seen and exhibited at a specific show coming up in June.
I was about to say,
I'm hoping to have there. So
I'm about to say,
June Brick World, Chicago. I'm hoping to have it displayed. I've got pieces coming right now to start working on it and get it completely built. So yeah, hopefully I have it there, and I'll have a write-up sheet underneath it so people can actually vote on it there as well and get some additional support. If not, any Lego reps that happen to be there, I would love to chat with them about it and possibly let them handle it and look at it to see.
Nice. I can definitely see you like creating a QR code for it during the week and just having like have one already there to scale, have the QR code, scan this, show your support.
Answer the question from the Hawks. I have not built it completely yet. I'm in process of acquiring brick. Unfortunately, I haven't made it the priority that it needs to be physically yet because there's other stuff on the table behind me here that is priority build for that same show.
He's only got 2.5 months, okay?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So this is a collaborative build that I'm doing with 3 other builders, which as much as I would like to have the idea set built and ready for it, I'm not going to let the collaboration down. That's support the other builders as well, rather than put my own objectives above it. So
that's a good team member right there. That's a good attitude.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
It does.
I mean, that's the fun thing about these things is you go out there, you can collaborate with other guys or other content creators, have fun with it. I could see, kind of what you got going on back there, and it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'll hit it real quick, just a highlight. What I'm doing is a collaborative with the zoo, and we have different sections of the world. So we'll have a African section that is a African zoo with all of the African animals, elephants, giraffes, ostriches, all kinds of stuff like that from Africa. I get the Asian section, and I'm trying to do my best with what Lego has put out for Asian animals to get them in here. So I've got red panda, I've got black and white panda, I've got tigers, I've got leopards, Asian monkeys, as well as a few other animals. And then to supplement it, I'm actually adding some motion with the rides that'll be in there as well, because you cannot go to an Asian theme park or something like that without having actual motion and stuff like that. So,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that one.
I mean, let's be real. I saw a video earlier about Tokyo Disney, and their rides are so much more. Everything out there is way more animatronic than
for sure.
Was it the Tangled ride? Tangled
ride, like they got like Finn Rider, the horse, like all of it, like.
Everything looks too
animatronics out
good.
there in Asia are incorporated in everything because they are like that much further.
Just to put that in perspective, that build right there is 6 48 by 48s.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit!
So it's a little hard to see because of depth on the table, but yeah, it's an 8-foot table, and it's pretty much fills it. It hangs over on both sides.
I'm about to say that's. I'm like, it's a foldable table right there because I can see the back
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah,
I know those handlebars
something-
anywhere on that table.
Something
that
I like to do
foldable one.
also is add lights and motion. So that's one of the things I'm adding those errors. I've got lights that go all the way through it and all that. And
Nice.
I'd love to show you, but I'm still wiring it and doing all that.
Oh, I mean,
so
you gotta do your thing. Do your thing. We'll
for those that
see it.
want to see it, you can come to Brick World Chicago, June 14th and 15th, or you'll be stuck waiting until after everyone else has seen it and content is posted.
And we'll be seeing it live.
I'll be seeing it live. I'll be seeing it days before everybody else. So
I didn't want to drive that nail in there, just one of you will.
Oh, I will.
One of these people are not like the other. One of these people is not going.
Unfortunately, this year. So
yeah,
I think
exactly.
we've kind of like. I think the Hawks and I were like, oh yeah, let's just get Jenny to go to Chicago. Has she ever been? And Jake's like, yeah, no, she's not going to go to a Lego convention. I was like, man, that's worth a shot.
Cruise on the Icon of the Seas Lego convention for her.
The location of the show, there is a tremendous amount of other things that other people can do while someone else is at a show. There's shopping, there's food, there's entertainment, there's lots of things that somebody could do.
Jake, we could have gone to a baseball game. We could have watched the Cubs play.
She'd go to baseball games. She does that with me.
Like, but have you been to Wrigley Field though?
No, it's Wrigley and Progressive are both on the list of needing to get to.
See, could have.
Everybody forgets about Progressive because it's in the not so nice of as opposed to Wrigley.
Wrigley's nicer.
So yeah, so what I'm doing also is promotional for that Lego idea set is going to be
oh nice.
A minifig.
A minifig with an apple in front. That's too cool.
Yeah, hey, Lego does it with all of their sets, whether it's a character that goes with it, the artist or something like that. So yeah,
I can definitely see the minifig of the person and then maybe the artist, because I feel like you could make the artist as well. I don't know, you could.
Well, no, I have pictures of him and stuff. It would be an independent print of his head, but literally the suit thing is exactly what he wore also. So.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, he's wearing that. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at all the different. I'm looking at all of his different paintings right now.
The funny thing with that print is it's actually it hasn't been displayed in almost 20 years. It was out for exhibition and then it went into private collection and has been put away for I don't know how many years now. So.
Okay, dang.
That's why there's not a lot of coverage across the internet of being able to find recent pictures of it or stuff like that, and actually trying to find the framework that it's actually displayed in has been difficult because it's had about 3 different frames over the years that have one was changed out for refurbishing or something like that, and so trying to stay true to it, but at the same time it's Lego. So
yeah. No, you're definitely right about it. I think that's a nice perspective from Lego to do that, because when they came out the Lego art sets, it was just like images of people, but then they started putting artwork into it all, and I thought that was great. Like they started coming out with the Mona Lisa, they came out with the Great Wave, they came out.
Yeah, you go back through the art. Go ahead, Jake.
I was just saying the 3D effect they've been starting to work into now is making them even cooler, and you've incorporated that. And then,
well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is they started originally with the dots and tile system for making mosaics and stuff like that with their original art prints, and then they expanded into some of the Marvel and DC with the Spider-Man and Batman, as well as then going into some of the actual architectural sets and going three-dimensional with stuff. So I wanted to try and incorporate all of those aspects with the tiling, as well as the dots, the clouds, and then also the three-dimensional aspect of the suit. The total depth of the entire portrait from laying flat on a table and standing is probably about 6 bricks tall. To give it perspective of how deep that painting actually is.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if there's anything popping up about this specific painting. The last time it was ever exhibited was 2018, which is scary. This painting hasn't come out in a while. Did it exhibit this year? Was it? I saw.
Would love to hang a Lego version of it next to it.
There you go. It's like, here, I've done this for you guys.
Lego ideas. Reach out to the owner. Find it.
Exactly. Oh, shoot. Let me see. When did he sell it? Magritte sold the painting to Harry Torskziner in August of 1964. And 1998, Christie's auctioned it to a private collector for $5,392,005, or $5.3 million or $5.4 million. Both
Two Cloud City Boba Fett's.
Oh, you are not lying. Both Torskziner and owner have occasionally lent the work to museums. It was most recently exhibited at SF MoMA in San Francisco Museum of Modern Art in 2018. So that was the last time it says it was exhibited, which is sad because it looks really nice. It looks
unique perspective on art, for sure.
Yes, you were definitely right on that one. Oh God, what is it? Surrealism? Is that the word? Am I thinking of the word right? Surrealism? I'm trying to think if that's the type of that's the terminology you would go for it.
There's variation of surrealism, of how deep it goes into the surrealism aspect of things. A lot of his art goes a lot deeper, as you've already seen. Some of the abstract surrealism that he has in there, it's just off the, and a big thing too is looking at when some of this was made and thinking about social social climates around that time of the decades.
Yeah. I like it. I think this is a great idea. I need to log in and support it myself. Get 395 supporters.
Appreciate that.
Smash that support button, people.
Oh, we're at 396. It went up by 2. Awesome.
So let's break 400.
Consistency, people.
I need 400 tonight.
I posted it to the story. Go support it.
We have the actual guy who made it on our podcast. Support it. We're going to be throwing that link not only into the YouTube description of it, but we're going to throw that into the podcast.
Thank you
as well.
Yeah, if you're watching this on replay, go in and like it and message us in the comments to tell us that you did it. That way we can acknowledge you and find you later and appreciate you for doing that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I feel like Superhawk Bricks did that. Yee.
I have jelly beans. If you go out there and support it, you can also have some jelly beans.
Oh, there you go.
Jelly
I got the Dollar Tree where I got them.
Are these Starburst gummy beans?
Sweet tart.
Sweet tarts.
I'm a
sweet T-shirts. It's candy season.
Yeah.
Yes, this is that month where it's all pastel colored candy.
Listen.
Well, there's 2 times of the years.
We
have a candy bucket in our kitchen, and there's 2 times of the years that I dump it. I dump it right before Easter, and then I dump it right before Halloween, and then I just let the kids refill it off of that. I'm like, if it's in there still, it's outdated. It needs to go.
Oh God, my house wasn't my parents' household. That's the same way. There's nothing for Halloween. They don't do Halloween, so there's no candy out. Christmas is always my mom's thing, where she does candy and she does red and green M&Ms everywhere. And my dad has some sort of proximity to peanut M&Ms, so no matter where they are somewhere in the house. That's primarily it. Yeah, I think Easter is one of those. She'll get the Reese's peanut butter eggs. Yeah.
That's somebody's favorite. But way to go, General Tron.
$3.97 now.
$3.97. Thank you.
3 more people. 3 more.
Let me refresh that. $3.97. I can't remember if I'm actually logged in or not on my account.
Such a hypocrite, Ken.
I'm doing terrible. I'm slacking.
So,
Yeah. See, I'm very
Ken,
confident.
you were recently at Indianapolis. Did you go ahead?
I was just going to say I'm confident with it for the main reason that as long as my numbers stay higher than the days.
True.
And granted, the days are going to start to diminish, but as long as I have more votes, which I do now, than a year's worth of days, I'm happy with that, and we'll continue with that. So
nice. Let me see.
Now, what was the question about Indy?
I was gonna say, did you do any kind of display at Indy, or did you just go as a?
I did. I actually had my Hogwarts, as well as Hogsmeade and the UCS Burrow that Lego just put out recently. I took not all of, but a fair portion of my Harry Potter displays, and I'd show you guys it, but it's behind the camera over here, and moving is going to be difficult to do that. But it's in a lot of the promo videos and stuff like that, as well as my content showing what it is.
Just had to show this off.
Oh, come on, yes,
That's time,
yes.
Ken. Come on,
So-
guys.
Shut up. I'm trying. Make a Brick at Night one.
Share,
There you go.
share the story, Ken. Share the story.
Did you? Oh, you did the short.
I did
You
put
did the
the
story.
link in
Okay.
I put it in our story.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be posting it everywhere. If you hit like 450 in the next couple of days,
About it. I appreciate it.
okay, man. I'd be excited to get this set too. I'd be like, yeah, I know the guy. I got him to sign it.
I would sign every single set. I wouldn't be like, yeah, limited run, but yeah, I'll sign sets for people. And it'll be signed Brick Dad.
I will definitely get two, just so that way I can get one signed and the other one I could build it and then display it and be like, no, there you go.
Hey,
Or-
Got time.
Hey, awesome. It's been a minute since I've seen Shy.
I don't know. I think I saw him live playing Assassin's Creed the other day.
Oh, that's right. Assassin's Creed Shadows came
It's
out.
fun seeing like all the whatchamacallit.
Previews for it. I haven't
Which-
actually seen gameplay of it yet, so
It's good.
I'm looking forward to it.
I need to. What's up, buddy? Sorry.
If
my-
people tell you it's bad, it's because they just want to shit on it to shit on it. It's a good game.
Of course. They don't like it because they don't have it yet, or they can't afford to pay for it to get the new version of it, and they're playing it on a different system or on PC and whatever. So
The problem
Well,
is like all games are up now. They're $70 a game. It's ridiculous. I'm mad because they took away MLB The Show 24 on the Game Pass, and they're like, even though MLB 25's out there, like we still want $70 for 24. I was like, no, up yours.
Sorry. My fur
gaming
baby.
area completely tore apart right now. I'm redoing it and putting in a new wall and changing up everything over there. So, but I'm blessed. I'm up in Chicago. I have a basement that is the same square footage as the footprint of the house. So, as you guys can see behind me, this is my build area in my basement, which is probably about 1/5 of my entire basement. So, and
Oh, dude, I'm jealous.
the room I'm in here is probably 12 by 18, 12 by 20.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
it cuts off right here on the screen here, but I've got about another 4 feet going that way. And let's see.
And it's all Lego, right?
Let's see.
It's like we're doing a shift here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you get seasick, I apologize. But over here behind me.
Woo!
Ooh, the Hogwarts banners are on the wall.
Oh wow, we are super shifty.
I like that you have all four. I don't know anybody with all four Hogwarts
banners.
So I got
banners.
multiple sets of them because that is literally just the faces of the banners.
Yeah.
Because in my Hogwarts castle, which is here,
Oh, it's
right
so
here behind me.
big.
Oh my
God.
god.
I took a lot of those shelf sets that are the display sets and built them into my mock. So the castle itself, which is one of my favorite themes, is built of about a third of it is the actual Lego sets. And that's the modular series where they built the cubits, which were the 8x16 modular cubes. And I took that principle and built it into that behind me. And it's, as you can see, it's got a little bit of height to it. And I'm now taking all of the new renditions that Lego's giving us and building those into this. So Hogwarts is actually getting a revision over the next year and a half.
Nice.
I do like the newer versions for the specific reason of. I don't know. The last version, I didn't feel like it was easily as connectable as the newer ones. Like I just got the troll one and the Chamber of Secrets, so I've got them together out on my display floor out there.
About to say, if
they've got a main tower that's coming out here in another month and a half, 2 months, and it is a sizable set. Retail on it, I think, is around $250, $270 for a Hogwarts main tower, which is complementary to the Great Hall that they just came out with last year, and then of course the boathouse and the Owlery that'll be part of this series as well. So I'm going to be taking those sets, integrating them into this, and probably traveling the Brickworld circuit with it for display at expos around the region. So
nice. That is too awesome. What am I thinking about? Do you have the Harry Potter book sets that they came out with?
Right up here. Yep.
I was about to say,
right up here.
Okay.
And I've actually got 3 sets of those. I've got 3 sets of those because I actually built those into the castle as well. So all of the classrooms got built into mocks that went into there as well. But of course, I have to have my originals for display and that. So,
see, I've got mine. There's a whole Harry Potter shelf.
Nice. Okay.
The books on this side and my Hogsmeade set up on the other side. I don't nearly as close as yours. But I've got like out in my display area, I've got the whole castle built, or most of the castle pieces put together next to it, Diagon Alley. Luckily, my shelves were big enough where I could put like the underground part of.
Well, and see, that's the thing is behind my head over here, I've got Diagon Alley lined up here. I've actually got a shelf built on the bench, and I have the Hogwarts Express that runs around the entire bench. And it actually goes under the shelf that Diagon Alley is on. So that's my London area.
I'm very jealous. I could see it. You could kind of see like the train going underneath right over there by the joke shop.
Some depth for it because I've got 32 by 32 32 by 32 plates underneath them. So standard Mills base plate underneath them, and then underneath the shelf, going back to where the tracks are, I actually have the Ministry of Magic underneath. So you have the city street above it with Diagon Alley, and then below it is the Ministry of Magic and under the shelf. So
nice. Dude, that is an elaborate Lego room right there. I'm jealous. I can't wait till I get a bigger house. That way
I'm blessed. I'm blessed with this. So going directly over here is the kids' craft area. They've got a full 8-foot table where they can do their artwork and cutting papers and paper mache and all of that kind of stuff. So this is kind of the fun basement play area type stuff. So
nice. Yeah, no, I have no current projects at this time right now.
With me 1 second.
What do you think?
I'm just readjusting the table and not making anybody seasick.
No, you're good. Jake, you got a little woozy there?
Now the Yankees gave up a grand slam. They're losing now.
Those jelly beans to minimize it.
Uh-oh. That's right, Yankees. You're back
Those
into
damn
baseball
Yankees
season.
are back.
You're off to a baseball season start.
Yep. Obviously,
gotta
this is
go.
one game in April. The first game in April is going to very severely impact the rest of my year.
God. I speak on this. I speak on this from just last year when we were doing this. It was hilarious to watch this man doing the podcast whilst watching baseball, and we would
screen going.
We'd be in the middle of conversing, and then the next thing you know, the man would just up and yell for some. He'd yell for some reason.
In my defense, we did make the World Series last year for the first time since I was in high school.
You know what? I totally have respect for that. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I'm never going to tell someone not to enjoy their passions, even if you have a daytime job of hosting a live show with someone that's literally live, like right now, not in replay where you can watch a baseball game.
Although it makes
you
great content.
watch it. My dad always says you should watch sports on replay. I'm like, it's not the same.
No, it's not. You know what? And that's something that actually, that topic right there is watching sports on replay or something like that.
Get out.
In the military, I was stationed overseas. Oh, Cheyenne is Dodgers. I'm not even going to ask him if he's gone to a game yet. I'm pretty sure he has season tickets. So, but being stationed overseas, we would get the scores of the games before the games were televised. So we literally couldn't watch the games until after we knew what the score was and what the outcome was, catching the highlight reels before even being able to watch the game. So that pretty much was a buzzkill for me for following sports back when I was that. So.
Oh, we're at 399 supporters right now. We just need one more for 400.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
See, we make things happen on this show sometimes. I will say that this is the first I've seen someone from our friends that's got a Lego idea set. I don't think there's been anyone else that we had. Did Galen? I'm just gonna throw that name out there. Did Galen ever have a Lego idea set, or was that?
He has not.
He has not. He talked about it, but did he ever actually execute?
Galen was actually up here in Chicago last year for Brick World, and I hung out a fair bit of time with him, talking and stuff like that. And he's a good mock builder. He has a lot of ideas and stuff like that. And I love the guy for it. And we've discussed some of his stuff. And I'm like, dude, you need to get on the computer and actually make up some of these mocks and stuff like that and get them submitted. So, his goat mountain. I don't know if you guys saw or got to see a good clip of that. But yeah, his that was pretty substantial. So
yeah, no, we saw the goat mountain. I'll say this, he's got really good content. I'm actually going to be rooming with him in Chicago this year.
Okay.
I'm going to feel bad for him too. Jake already feels bad for him. Oh God! The first question he asked me, "Do you snore?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'll be honest with you, dude.
You already have adult males snore.
I am a slightly overweight adult male. Of course, I snore. It's like it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ish.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time going back and forth, borderline of do I need a CPAP machine or not? For that very reason. You did not. I went in for sleep study, and they're like, "You're right on that line. You have snoring episodes, but you don't have this condition or this condition, which would push it over the edge and say we need to give you one." So, but now I was on the line, and so would I be a little more fit and lessen my need for one? Yeah, I definitely could. But I build Lego, and that's in my basement, and I don't build Lego on a treadmill. I build it at a desk. So
I don't know why I can't lose weight. It's so weird.
What is it, Jake?
We're just
like-
taking a handful out. We're just gonna eat right out of the bag. So it's just
Oh
Right,
no,
just
I can
looking
just
at
see him
a
just
couple
doing the
hours
whole like I can just see him just holding the bag and just doing this number right there.
Yeah.
No, no
it's
idea.
like Jake's beating anorexia for sure.
But diabetes is catching up quick.
Diabetes is this is a race for diabetes and Jake. Diabetes is a close second right now, but you beat anorexia.
Okay, we love you, Jake.
Proud of you.
I'm just hoping my dad's not on today's episode.
Oh
Gonna see
please!
comments
I need
and
Papa
I'll be
G
like,
in this episode.
Put that candy away, Jake.
I need Papa G in the episode. It's like, oh, I love that man. Such a great dude.
I'll dad for him and say, Jake, I think you've had enough. You probably should put them away. Save some for tomorrow, okay? You don't want to be depressed when you have them tomorrow. When you don't have them tomorrow, and you're like, man, if I would have ate them all last night, I'd have like at least a handful tomorrow.
See, and then he's also looking at you. He's looking out for you on the perspective of money saving because you don't have to go out and spend money on what
They were only from the Dollar Tree, so they're only $1 a bag.
Yeah, but if you go to Dollar Tree, you're going to look at whatever Lego's on the shelf just to see, and there's going to be at least one small little set that's like, you know what? I could reuse some of those pieces on something.
My Dollar Tree is sad, and they don't have any Lego because I looked. I was buying stuff for my sister's birthday party the other night. They didn't have any Lego.
I don't Dollar Tree. I Dollar General, and the reason I Dollar General at the yellow label is because they carry retired CMF lines. So if you're looking for retired CMF figs, always check the racks up close to the registers where they have all the chargers and the puffy stick lighters.
Nice.
So, they hang a lot of them up there. They're not back on the toy aisle. So, I actually picked up 3 retired series by going to Dollar General, and that's complete series too, not just a handful of these here and there. Granted, it was between Illinois, Arkansas, and Texas where the stores were, but yeah.
I was about to say maybe you're just hitting like the 3 closest to you, but no, you're going all the way.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is I'll go in there and I'll buy out what they have. If it's a retired series, I'm going to buy out what they have because I know I can repurpose them to someone else or trade for other figs that I need in a series. So even if they're not the most popular, I can trade a less popular CMF for another less popular CMF if somebody has an extra. So
nice. What's up, buddy? Did you want to get on the podcast? Is that what this is?
Last week when Josh had his teeth out, Super had the cat like right here, like it was perfectly closed. Clyde. She was just like, "This is my co-host today."
Yeah, I can just hard to see, but under the table back here, I've got a bed for mine. They come down and they'll lay in the bed down there and stuff like that. So
you're on camera, buddy. Say hi. Oh, now you don't want to say hi. Okay.
But
he's like, "No, I'm here for pets. I don't care about your show."
He's like, "I'm here for pets. I don't want anything else."
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm thinking about God. Lost my train of thought.
Now, apart from Chicago and Indy, are you going to any other Brick World shows?
Yes.
I attended all of the Brick World shows. I've been a feature table with the Hawks there. When we go to the shows, we set up in the play area because they have a lot of throw games that they supervise and manage and stuff like that. So I pretty much coordinate with them to be in the same area with my Hogwarts Harry Potter displays and stuff like that. So we actually work together. I cover them when they need to step away for a while or whatever. I'll cover throw games for them and stuff like that. Or if I want to go get lunch, they'll cover my table because I do a lot of lights and motion on my tables too. So if I'm running late or something like that, they'll turn lights on for me or stuff like that. But yeah, actually, I've made it to Grand Rapids, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Holiday Joy, Milwaukee last year. Let's see. Outside of Brick World, I'm a member of Foxlug out of Green Bay and K-Lug out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. and I've done some shows up in the Wisconsin area, up there with them with my lugs, and yeah. So Brick Slopes, Atlanta, and Brick Rodeo are definitely on the agenda for the coming year. Unfortunately, Brick Slopes is off the agenda for this year. I'll have to wait until next year because we have some prior events. Having family, got to do some of that stuff.
Atlanta's got to be next year too, because it was last month or 2 months ago.
Was it two? Oh, geez.
BrickCon is early February.
Virginia, yeah. That
okay.
Yeah.
We are hoping to be in Virginia, so we may see you there then.
Yes, I do remember Atlanta being early in the year, and I missed that one. So
it's too early in the year.
I had one of my lug members actually went down and displayed there. Steve Folda. I don't know if you guys have seen any of his builds. He built Into the Spider-Verse, and it's a bunch of off-camber buildings coming out of portals and stuff like that.
I think I saw
that.
Yeah,
I saw it like online because I didn't make it this year, but I saw videos of it.
Yeah.
From Brick World.
So he's a phenomenal builder as well. And he's going to be at Brick World Chicago this year, and he's got another Marvel build that'll be phenomenal as well. So, but yeah, it's hard to say somebody's going to go to Brick World Chicago and not be a phenomenal builder. So it's even
if I build a worm, I can come.
Well, actually, there is no size requirement or anything for displaying at Chicago. You will be sitting at a table with possibly people you don't know, but the ability to come to a show like that, a convention show, and display what you built is a phenomenal opportunity. So if anybody's looking or considering it, if you haven't attended a show, attend a show. See the show, be a part of the show, and interact with the show. Talk to the builders that are standing around their tables, because that's why they stand around their tables. They enjoy talking about it. Now, you have other builders that will walk away from their tables because they don't necessarily want to interact, because for them, the building part is the passion for them, not necessarily the displaying part. They do it because they want to share what they built. So if you are looking at going to a show, just go. Pay whatever the $15-$20 are, unless the show has the word fest in it. Don't go to any show that says fest. Okay.
Don't go to any of them that said Brickfest Live.
Unless it's in England, because that is a different story.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the Hawk said, getting lost in the crowd, that definitely happens. You get sidetracked, or you start talking to other builders or stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that I've learned over the last couple of years of going to all of the shows is there's different build techniques that stay around certain regions. So Indy, Fort Wayne, builders that are in that region will build a lot of things in similar manners in that region, where if you go up to Milwaukee, Holiday Joy, Green Bay, builders in that area will build differently. So being able to go and experience that and see the different build techniques and stuff like that is phenomenal, to be able to spark the imagination and see more. But then again, you've got, builders like the Hawks that, they're just chaos builders to begin with, and they take everything and throw it all in there. I'm literally surprised they didn't have a kitchen sink in the build.
They're gonna throw everything into one. Sorry. They're laughing about that because yes, they do love chaos.
They do. They very much do.
If anybody's seen the updates,
I make it to Brick World in one of their sets again this year. I was on the Frisbee.
For sure. Yes, kitchen sink, I say yes. That needs to definitely be a focal point on the new rendition of the Frisbee Golf Mountain, or Disc Golf Mountain. I don't know if you guys have seen, or the viewers haven't seen, the rendition that they just updated it to for this year. And it's actually a breaking through to the brick world underneath the Disc Golf Mountain. So you can see the chaos colors of what life in a Lego world would be like, with the tornado tearing across a very large portion of their build.
I love it. Cannot wait to see it in photos. One year I'll make it out there. 1 year. I was told last year if I sent my wife to go see Taylor Swift in England, I could come to. She would excuse me from skipping out on her birthday. I had to fund her going to England to see Taylor, and I was like, that's probably like 3 Brick World cost. So
yeah, just the ticket alone is like 2 Brick World costs.
Exactly.
With hotel room and a rental car and
yeah. So
Damn,
again,
I gotta get a rental car now. I forgot about that.
Use Costco Travel. Costco Travel is great for rental cars.
I don't have.
Here's the
Costco.
thing is you won't necessarily need one at the show area. There is a shuttle that runs around to the local area. And then there's so many people there that will have cars as well that if you jump in with somebody to go and grab food or stuff like that. Yeah, last year, Galen and a couple of the other people were heading to the Lego store over at the mall to go check the wall and some other sets to draft and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. And they'd already hopped in the car and took off. By the time I got down to where they were, because I got pulled aside to talk to somebody about something. So, yeah, but don't stress if you can't necessarily get the car or want to get the car, because there will be transportation available around the place. So
Supa says they drive, but Supa's car is usually full of shit.
No, actually, the back seat
in Brick Fair, they were like, "Yeah, we can give you a ride," and their back seat was full of stuff.
No, they're good now. They're using the U-Haul trailer for transporting everything, and they're not actually trying to slam it all inside the car. So
she's laughing because she knows it's true. They gave us a ride. I don't know where we were going, but they had to move a whole bunch of junk.
I should have gotten the rental car.
Speak to Virginia, but then again, they were out there for fun, not necessarily displaying. So
this is true.
I thought about getting a rental because, like, I get that there's going to be people who will have vehicles, but I'm just like, I want to do stuff on my own too.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, and that's
complete prerogative. So. Yeah,
that's probably what I'm going to consider, because, like, I'm looking at it now. I'm like, man, if I try to Uber in Chicago, it's probably going to hurt my bank account.
So when we were at Brick Fair, Virginia, they all wanted to go to another Lego store, and I was like, I think I'm just going to hang around downtown. So I was like, peace, and I just started walking, took the train, then took one of those like bird scooters around. Like,
the show location is not actually in Chicago; it's actually in Schaumburg, which is it's a good sized drive. Now, if you want to go down to Chicago to actually go downtown and see Chicago sites down there, then yeah, a car would be needed for that, or you plan to go with someone down to do those things.
So wants to flick the bean.
I hate you so much. I hate you.
That's what I would do. If I'm in Chicago, you gotta flick that thing, okay? It's a bean. You gotta flick it.
Watch it be blocked off.
No, people go up and touch it all the time.
Well, no, I think there was one video that I watched where someone had said that it got blocked off. And I was just like, really? That's interesting.
It's a period of time where they were redoing underneath it. So they had it blocked off so they could redo the concrete and everything around it for the traffic and stuff like that. So, hit me a email or a message or something like that, and I can check anytime. So, one of the nice things, I'm local up here to the area, so.
Too cool. I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Yeah, no,
so
I definitely should have
gotten a Green Bay lug member. Is there not a Chicago-based lug? Or you just like the Green Bay people better?
That's a unique story. I actually ended up in the lug I ended up is because of TikTok. I found one of their lug members on TikTok. He would go live. He would run a live Monday through Friday, first thing in the morning from like 9 in the morning until noon. And that was just his thing. That was his style. He would build sets on live every day, Monday through Friday. And it was a super kid-friendly build period where he'd sit there and he'd just interact. He'd play music. He had, 80s days and stuff like that. So he would build specific things. And I ended up just dropping in while I'm doing some morning chores and stuff like that and watching his live and listening and stuff like that. And we started talking and then we talked offline a little bit. He's like, oh, wait, so you build this and this, and I sent him some pictures of what I build. And he's like, oh my gosh, I need to get you in touch with my lug, because what you build, nobody in our lug does that. Nobody builds Harry Potter in the lug. Nobody has the castle, stuff like that. A lot of it is the traditional gray castle, or yellow if you want to refer to it. But yeah, the traditional castle, medieval style stuff. Nobody does the Harry Potter fantasy theme stuff. So
nice.
The closest they get is they'll do the Dungeons and Dragons, but they focus more on the role play side of it rather than the storybook side of it, like I do with the Harry Potter theme. So I got introduced to the lug up there, and in the process of that, going through a little bit of an interview process of how I would fit with their lug, and ended up fitting very well and doing multiple shows with them and all of that. And the funny thing is it's a 3.5, almost 4 hour drive for me to go to a lug meeting. So I do most of my lug meetings virtually on Discord. And then our parent lug, because we're a sister lug to K-Lug out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, and they're the Lego recognized lug that we are a sister lug with. So we participate with them as a sister lug and as part of their lug. So
okay,
love that.
And for those first time viewers that aren't sure what I'm saying every time I say lug, lug I reference is a Lego users group. It's kind of a locational club of Lego builders and Lego fans that build together or build as a group and share the Lego passion.
If you guys don't know what Lego is, it's what we all love to do.
I'm laughing because I never knew that's what lug stood for. It was lug.
It's always lug, yeah. Yeah,
really?
Lego user groups. Yes.
But how am I supposed to know what it? Nobody uses the actual words. It's just the acronym lug.
Well, I know that's what the acronym. I know the acronym though, because like
Lego,
people said lug.
I don't know. It's like a group.
Well, remind me to hear. What does SOS stand for? We all know what it's used for. You're in an emergency. You send an SOS, right? Okay. So that's your homework. You just got dad homework.
What does SOS stand for? Google it really quick, Jake.
It's save our ship.
Is it?
Now you got me doubting it. Save our ship. Yes.
I had just remembered. I from SOS. I always thought it was
someone said with me, Secretary of State.
It's Save Our Souls.
Yes.
I know. I'm seeing Secretary of State, Secretary of California, Secretary of State of California, State of Washington, Colorado.
No. SOS emergency acronym. If you're going to Google it.
Survivor on scene. Oh my God. Sorry.
Emergency SOS on my phone. How to Morse code it.
No, sucks on social media.
It's sucks on social media. It's super on scene.
Super on scene. There you go.
Super on scene.
Everything is early state.
Just think of every SOS acronym now.
Because
I low-key thought it was a trick question. I was like, what does SOS stand for? I'm sitting there, I'm like, help.
It's 3 points in Scrabble. How does nobody give you what it actually stands for?
No, it's Save Our Souls.
It is?
Yeah, it's Save Our Souls.
I don't know, I still don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, this on a shingle, yes. Makes it, yeah.
I know.
Welcome to Dad Mind Melts. So
it's like, how did you know? Yeah. So here you go. SOS is an internationally recognized distress signal, often mistakenly thought to stand for Save Our Souls or Save Our Ship, but it actually doesn't stand for anything specific. The letters were chosen for their simplicity and distinctiveness in Morse code. So
3 longs, 3 shorts, 3 longs.
Oh yeah. Or is it?
That makes sense. Why I like the horn that?
No, it's 3. It's 3 shorts, 3 long.
Cruise boats is like like 3 shorts, 3.
Shorts. Yeah, I was backwards.
No, you're good. I'm sitting there. I'm just like, is it?
There's a reason I'm retired. So
We'll give you a pass. You are retired.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We'll give you a pass for that. I've definitely got to rent a car soon. The prices are going up. I should have rented it when it was like $200 for the week.
Costco, bro.
How much it was? Costco?
Costco travel
U-Haul
has
in town.
amazing deals.
U-Haul in town, yeah. I just get a U-Haul with a fish, with a fish on the side of it.
Listen, they had a funny thing on Family Guy. It was literally like U-Haul commercial. It's okay. You don't have to be any kind of training to drive this 12-foot truck. That really should be commercial drivers only. Just because you're moving, you could drive it anywhere. There's like reckless drivers like merging lanes and.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Now I'm actually looking at this. Chicago, Illinois.
It's just because I live for Costco. It's my damn.
Costco's the greatest. Super
addict.
Uber. Will you have stuff in your car? Because I really want to go downtown, so I'm just telling you that right now. Super. I keep forgetting I have a steak knife.
Plan, so the car will be empty
just
enough
steal
that
their
they'll
keys
have
and
at
take
least
their
4
car.
seats in it.
I think I mentioned about trying to drive their vehicle once. They're like, we don't trust anyone to drive our stuff. I was like, okay.
I wouldn't trust Ken. I've ridden in the car with him before. Don't.
Oh, for God's sakes. I missed, I think it was one turn.
Ken missed the turn and turned a 5-minute drive into a 20-minute drive.
It was a nice conversation, though, which was great.
So I got a topic shift that I got to melt your minds with, okay?
Okay. What we got?
Brand.
What was that?
Off-brand.
You like off-brand.
Off-brand.
Now, I mentioned before that some of my favorites were modulars.
Yes. You had pirate ships, Harry Potter, and modulars were your top 3 favorite themes for Lego.
This is a compilation of 2 sets from a competitor company.
Is it
I'm
fun?
going to ask you guys if you're familiar with. It is Funhole. That is correct.
It is Funhole. Okay.
It is Funhole.
We've had our fair share.
Yeah.
I'm experienced with
Well,
the
see, and that's the
Funholes.
thing is, okay, go ahead, get the giggles out. It's Funhole. Get the giggles out. Just, Jake specifically. Get your giggles out.
Can't take me anywhere.
Can't take you anywhere.
But being able to include sets like this, I know a lot of people are opposed to diversifying their collections because of compatibility issues and things like that. But to reassure people, there are several brands that are worthwhile brands to be able to collect and actually put into their modulars and their cities. So this set right here is actually the cafe, the book cafe, and the newsstand. And I actually took the newsstand, turned it sideways on the platform here, which is this one, to create a little alleyway right down the center between them.
Nice.
And then the book cafe here is pretty much exactly as it was in their instructions from the build. The only thing that I did change was this sidewall where each of these arches was windows. And if anybody's built modulars before, you know, putting a building up against another building, the thought process and the concept of why are there windows here just doesn't compute. So went through, modified the build to correct that and take the windows out. But what I did do was reincorporate them back here to the back.
That's too cool. See, I'm not that bright when it comes to stuff like this.
One of the cool things with this also is the way Funhole builds them is rather than do the dollhouse style that Lego does with their modulars, they actually put in access doors.
Okay.
So you can actually get in to the building.
Nice.
B.
I like it. No,
Coffee
yeah,
shop.
I mean that's the truth of it. Is like
Down below.
you can't put a wall up against the wall.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that too, these floors do all come off just like standard modulars. so you can still come through and take off all of those as well. And one of the benefits with the fun hole sets is the inclusion of the lighting kits to help with those as well. So if you're even considering wanting to put lights in some of your normal modulars and stuff like that, get a fun hole set and start with a fun hole set. They include the instructions, so you build it with lighting while you're going through the build.
Nice. Yeah, we had our previous guest who we had last week. That was his kind of go-to. He's getting a lot of off-brand sets, which is really cool. Of course, we have Mohawk in the chat, who is Lego purist number one. But it's definitely, I think it's really cool to see where we can branch out to if Lego ever decides to want to step on our toes with their obscene pricing.
It's not even necessarily that aspect of it, but being able to have different style of builds, because like I was talking about earlier, is regional builders will build a certain way in a certain area. These builders will build a certain way in their area, where if you look at the design and the construction of how these modulars are built by a different company, their concepts and build techniques are different than that of Lego. Now, the majority of the pieces are fairly close to identical pieces. There are some variations of bricks due to copyright and trademark pieces and stuff like that. But build styles and stuff like that, these pieces are fully compatible piece for piece with Lego. The clutch power, the quality of the brick and all that is definitely there. So it's definitely good to, even if you build the set and then give it away to somebody, price wise, it's actually in the realm for the build experience. So
nice. I freaking love that. It's definitely been something I looked into. I think Jake, we looked into it a good bit, like just all the other sets outside of Lego, just to kind of do a comparison and contrast. I've been wanting to get something from Funhole, and I can't remember the other one. It was Barware. Barware was the other website that was recommended to us.
Yeah, Danny Builder was telling us about.
Yeah.
There's another brand out there that is 50-50 on the design aspect, but the quality of the brick is definitely good, and that's Mold King.
I heard that one. Yeah. They do a lot of cars, they do a lot of military based, and they do ships. That's the other one.
This actually here is a full Mold King set.
That is a beautiful 32 gun.
There's a beautiful 32 gun ship there.
So, and this is a brick for brick instruction build.
I love it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's massive. And I actually did a TikTok video of one-handing this while dancing. And I'll tell you right now, this has got every bit the weight that a Titanic does. So
that's too freaking cool.
But my early days on TikTok, I was propositioned by a couple different brands to Q&A some of their sets for build technique and the technical aspects of it. I was like, hey, I don't do like a lot of set review content like that, but I can definitely look at it, build it, tell you where flaws are, what doesn't work, what does work, what you need to do more of, and stuff like that. And I did that for JM Bricklayer as well as Mold King and Funhole. So
nice.
They're the Funhole sets were unique to do the build review of for them because there were aspects to be able to incorporate them with Lego modulars. And there were a couple things in their build process that made it less compatible. So my feedback of, hey, if you change this, this will make it easier for customers to purchase this and incorporate it into their existing stuff. So, and a lot of it was simple stuff like where the wiring connections coming out for the lights were. And a lot of them, they had them coming out of the side of the buildings. I'm like, if I put this next to another building, I can't put the wiring in. So giving them an option of changing it to a different location so that you could still have wires in it and that type of stuff. So
Not bad. I freaking love that. I'm gonna have to definitely have to explore Funhole and see what they've got going on.
they're really if you're even inkling towards Western motif, they have a Western line right now. Red Dead Redemption is what it's modeled after. So if you like the Western theme or something like that, it's definitely something to look at in that respect. They have a Western train, not motorized, but it does have lights, which is unique for that. So you could actually put a tender or a caboose, a powered caboose on it, and push a power lighted train around a track.
Nice. Freaking love that. I actually, you know what? Let me go to that website really quick. We'll take a look at it. Finho.com. Pull it up. I'm gonna stop sharing that screen and present another one. Funhole. There we go. See, that's
so their Farm Life. They have a Farm Life series. They have a new City series, which is a lot of urban type stuff. This is their steampunk line. That graffiti bus stop, and they just came out with a new dance club, which has lighting and everything.
Yeah, I'm seeing the best sellers are their modular sets. Balcony theater, record store, newsstand, which you just
those two sets there are the two sets that are built onto that modular plate.
Yeah, the two that are right here, the newsstand and the book cafe.
Correct.
Genius. Holy crap, that's a lot. Factory House of Music.
Our club is pretty cool.
Dance club where actually the floor inside actually has a lot of Technic components, so you can actually move a crank on the side and have the figures dancing inside. Now, it doesn't have a sound brick, but there is a tray that you could actually take your phone and slide your phone in and actually do concert lighting and everything and music off of your phone in the back of the stage. So where that mural is behind the stage, you could actually slide your phone into a tray.
Maybe we're going to get to that. Oh, maybe not. Where is it? Ah, boo. Where is it? Is that it? Okay. Ow, that's too loud.
Now, something about Funhole also is they do not do stickers, period. They started off originally with doing the transfer stickers.
Yeah.
But they, based on customer feedback, they were very receptive and said, you know what, that's way too much of a hassle. People are not happy. We're having to send out replacement stickers and stuff like that. Let's go to complete print on all of their tiles. So if you say anything with graphics on it, those are print. There is no stickers.
Oh no, I think we just saw that part right there where they slid the mural in.
That part that you saw come off, that's actually the side so that you can get your hands in there to actually position figures and stuff. That right there, yeah, that's the side of it. But there's a whole nother tray on the other side that is a small little slide out tray where you can actually take your cell phone and put the cell phone in it and slide it in and do whatever display on the cell phone.
Well, that's what I saw right here with that mural here.
Yeah, that's the slide out right there.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering.
As you saw that mural, yeah. That's them sliding the murals in where you can actually take it, pull out the printed tile, set your cell phone in the place, and then slide it back in. Now, I'm going to say their figure, their characteristics are good, but their shape is just awkward.
Their figures are hilarious.
They don't step on Lego's IP for their minifigs. So, because the minifigs are trademarked.
Yes, they are. They ain't gonna get that at all.
So yeah, the bell heads, their sleeves and arms are just unique. So, but
Dance, monkey, dance.
Exactly. Yeah, they are commonly referred to as bellheads because of the shape of the jawline and chin at the bottom of their heads. So
That is too cool. We've got Fix, which is your no-nonsense stagehand. You've got Lenny, who's the sharp-eyed talent scout. Mix with 2 X's, who's your skilled DJ. If they did Mix with 3 X's, then it would not be safe for children. We have Cash with a K, your trendy hip-hop fan. Big Pac. Confident rapper, and then Reggae. Laid-back reggae fan. I think that's hilarious. That's
Why
awesome.
is the fan carrying a guitar?
well, their hands are compatible with Lego pieces and stuff like that. So the microphones, the guitars, violin, cello, saxophone, all of the normal things.
Yeah.
Their grip posture is just slightly, rather than having the normal here, it's just turned. So
Yeah, it's more,
Yeah.
more like that cup motion
Yeah.
right there.
yeah, the cup motion. So
I think that's really cool though. Like
they're very good about putting story to all of their figures, which is good and bad at the same time. It doesn't allow for as much imagination of who the character is,
Yeah.
because they do try to put a little more backstory into their sets of
There
what
it
it
is.
is, what's going on. Yeah, there you go.
There's that slide out tray. That's cool though. You can put like raid.
Looks
You
like
can
the
put a
thing
raid
holding
back
it is
there.
frowning.
Sure, yeah.
Wait, what is it? Oh god, the eyes right here, and then the face.
No, the thing
Oh, there-
holding the
yeah.
phone itself.
Oh, that really.
There are multiple.
I was thinking you were seeing this face. Here's the eyes, and here's the unhappy face right there. It's like, did you see that too? Let's see. Oh boy. While I'm pulling all this stuff, I've also just booked a rental car.
Well
Through
done.
Costco?
I didn't go
Good
through
job,
Costco.
multitask.
I didn't go through Costco. I went through Capital One Travel.
That's fair too. They're good. They're good.
The very goods. Got me a standard SUV because I cannot do cars. I have my own car.
Sedan.
I can't do sedans. I'd rather go SUVs.
That's what you drive.
I know. I drive a hatchback, but my back
sorry,
is
a hatchback. It's not
Well,
much
here's-
different.
shut up.
Yourself by
Shut
calling it a
up.
hatchback because nobody knows what hatchbacks are anymore. They don't.
No, they don't. It's unfortunate.
It's
No,
lame.
I originally got a hatchback because had a whole experience with cars, and now it's basically just now you can be the driver for us. LOL.
He
We'll
says that,
see.
but he'll probably get one of you guys to drive for him like he did.
No shenanigans. I definitely don't want to return the car and be like, yeah, I didn't do this.
When we were driving back from, we went to an Orioles game, or not an Oriole, a Nationals game while we were at Brick Fair. He had me drive back, and everybody was jamming to my music and a little nervous at the same time.
Well, because we were the responsible ones and said, hey, Jake, you did not drink a lick. Here's the keys.
Yeah.
Because I was not going to drive through DC traffic.
You let the
And
New Yorker
I'm safe.
drive, and I drive a little more aggressive than most people.
I let the angry New York Jewish guy drive. I was very...
I
You
put
were
on the
very-
show while I drive.
Bro, you were very frugal on the road.
Beth sent me the video the other day of me jamming out while driving. It was kick ass.
Nice to know
Love it.
for the future. Thanks, guys.
Listen,
Exactly.
they got there in one piece. It's just a hell of a time to ride with me.
But no, it's usually during this time of the segment, we would have had the Super Hawks do their segment. The segment that they do is Super Mox with Super Hawks, and it is we have asked before the season for every guest to give us their significant piece that they resonate with. And a lot of them have given us some awesome pieces that they've been able to chat about. You gave us the 1x2 plate.
I'm super basic. I'm a very conservative brick builder. So, the one reason I chose the 1x2 plate is because it is a universal uh, uh, building block for Lego.
Yeah.
It didn't start with the original brick ideas when they first came out with the plastic bricks that Lego produces now, back when Lego first started. But
No one
the one
knows.
by two was actually a byproduct of the mixels that Lego created for architecture that then became
Yeah.
integrated into the actual Lego system by being able to stack 3 of those high to create a brick. So
Yeah.
the 1x2s actually started off of the original micro Lego bricks that were originally designed for architecture and architects to build their models for 3D mapping and communicating the layouts of stuff for customers. So it was the 1x2 brick actually came from an accident.
I think I like that though. It's just like it's a happy accident for all of us Lego fans or all of us brick fans, because now it's just a staple in every set. Like you're not gonna not find a set without a 1x2 plate.
Yep.
It's really convenient too for like specific things like building in a castle wall. If you want to put like a hook or something in between the bricks, you just put a 1x2, that piece with the extra bit in it, and then another 1x2, and it blends really well. It's a good piece.
Two is if you're using those with snot bricks, being able to texture surfaces where you have flat tiles, but at the same time you can use the 1x2s and being able to use those to texture walls and roads and plates and things like that. So not everything stays soft and smooth for design.
Exactly. No, 1x2 is a solid brick. I didn't know that was its history. I like that.
Oh yeah. And I think it's great though. Like there's the mathematics that goes into this actual piece. Like I think you mentioned earlier, stack 3, you get a brick. Like you stack 3, you can stack any plate and it makes itself into as thick as a brick, which I love. And there's the versatility of it's just amazing.
Well, the beautiful thing, one of the reasons you have the 1x1 plate, which is like the base building block of Lego all the way around. But with the 1x2, it gives you multiple studs to attach to. You can make corners, you can make bars, you can make long bricks. You can build it out by just layering them stud over one stud over one stud over one stud over one stud over, and you can build length out of it as well. You can build angles. The other nice thing is, depending on how you offset it, you can build curved radiuses and stuff like that as you continue to go up. So the more recently developed 1x2 rounded plate is the newest version of that, which is a beautiful piece altogether. But I like the original 1x2 square corner.
Nice. Are you going over with pieces?
No, I had this thing's fallen apart many a times now. What does it say? Off-brand. I'm not even sure the brand anymore, but it's a New York Giants helmet. And I thought I had the face mask built, but they kind of used the face mask. I was going to show the turn, like you were kind of saying, was a bunch of 1x2s or 1x3s kind of curving around in the front. But
exactly.
Non-Lego isn't always built to last.
It's not. Yeah, it's a build it one time, display it, and hopefully you never have to move it, because when you start doing that, it changes the clutch power on them. So for sure.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. This is a call out to the Hawks. Now that once you get power, you owe us a video. You owe us a video with this piece. I will send you personally your video clip so that way you can utilize that as your intro.
What I want to see them build a kitchen sink with them.
There you go.
You heard it. That's the
challenge is accepted for them. They can't accept it on their own, so I'm accepting it for them.
So Jake, we're just gonna make this a video, and then he's gonna say that. We're gonna say our little challenge accepted part, and then they just have to stitch it.
You hear this, Super Hawk? We're calling you out. We want you in the Megadome this weekend to build us a sink.
Freaking Bricket Savage over here.
Quit it. That's your choice.
We will do an extra bit for it. Fucking better. You better.
You better. I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna kick your butt.
So one of the things I love to do when I build is I've already covered, I like to expand and get into other brands and stuff like that just for quality and stuff like that. But there's also mechanical aspects and lighting aspects and stuff like that I like to try out and integrate to see how extreme or how in depth can I take things. One of the most recent things that I've started to do was working with another company called Circuit Cubes. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of these before. They're small little battery control Wi-Fi modules that then power micro motors. That this is literally 2x4 brick.
Oh, cool.
With micro motor in it with a Technic hex pin that comes out of it. And I've integrated these in several builds now to operate motion and movement and stuff like that in the builds.
Nice.
Trying to minimize signature on things to create motion inside builds so that it puts more life into the Lego creations that we build.
You're so fancy.
So there will be a lot more content coming on these and how I integrate them. Primarily, these were designed and created by two teachers for STEM teaching with brick and Lego. They've branched off and created their own brand with this, and they do have their own, but they create STEM sets for teachers to teach motion, mechanics, and robotics. So I reached out to them, gave a try for a couple of them, and the last show in Brickworld Indy, I actually had those integrated into Hogwarts for the moving staircase. And I had it set up on Bluetooth so that I could literally stand back, use my phone, and control the stairs independently to move the stairs in motion. And one of the fun things I did was you would have families that would come over, and you'd have mom, dad, two kids all hovering on the rails looking at their build and stuff like that. And mom and dad would be talking or doing whatever, not completely interested in whatever they were doing. And the kids standing at the rail looking at it like, oh, this is so cool. I know that from the movie. I know this from the movie. And I would move the stairs. Just a real quick little twitch. So the stairs would just pop. And the kid's like, Mom, did you see the stairs? Did you see the stairs? They moved. Did you see the stairs? And the mom looks down, or the dad looks down, and they're like, just standing there waiting. Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
Okay. And it doesn't move. And then I wait until they stand up, and then the parents start talking again. And then I'll pop them again and make the stairs move again. And then the kid's like, Dad, I saw it right there. I saw it. It moved again. And the dad's like, okay, I'll watch this time. Let's see. And then the dad's there. And I wait just until that end when you know the parent's about to say, okay, kid, I'm glad for you. And then I'll move them. And the kid, see, I told you. And that was one of the most rewarding, fun things to do at shows is like that, is to be interactive with your build, with the audience, to be able to get them to interact with it as well. So there were a couple times where I was standing 20 feet away on the other side of Super Hawk and Mohawk, on the other side of their build, controlling it, nowhere near my table. And there's people around the table and stuff like that. And being able to take them and turn them, and having the adults standing around it that are going, that doesn't have a pattern. It's not like it goes this speed for this much and then turns around and comes back. Or it spins 3 times, stops, then spins 3 more times. And it didn't have any pattern. So people would stop, they're watching it, and then they'd look to see if they could see somebody with a remote or something like that. And I'm literally 20 feet away with my phone like I'm taking a picture of something else. Yeah. So, and that's the joy of some of the things, is being able to interact with the guests and the viewers when you're at the shows, even from a remote position, to get them to interact with your build, not necessarily you.
Nice. That I think it's amazing. I love hearing stories like that when the creator is just so enveloped by their work. But it's not only that, but there's someone else who's also enveloped as well. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Whew. Pollen killing me right now.
Wait, is there a second?
It's so bad.
Oh no, there's not. I used to be like that though. It used to be where I sneezed. I think there was on a podcast episode, Jake, you and I were on here. I sneezed like 4 times in a row, and you're like,
Are you
Triple
pregnant?
sneezer. So yeah, it's
it's like
But
GM
see,
number
this-
5.
This gets me. This gets me. I get a hair that'll kick up and it'll tickle the nose. And I'll be like, yeah. So I apologize to anybody that's watching. If you think I'm picking my nose, I'm not. It's just my mustache. I get wild hairs every now and then just from moving my mouth or talking. So
See, this is why I trim mine down.
yeah, definitely. No, I.
See, what drives me crazy is when it gets tucked into my mouth sometimes.
Oh my
When
God.
I'm dying and it like it gets pushed in and they're like,
Oh, there'll be those times where I just like feel it like curl in after I drink something. I'm just like, it's like I don't need
Okay,
this.
I'm gonna one up you on all that. Not to be meaner, but I have them on here, and they'll actually go in and get stuck in between my teeth because of the length. So it's like a piece of floss that literally gets in there, and I'm like, oh. I try to pull my lip, and it's stuck because it's in between my teeth. So I have to literally pull the hair out from in between my teeth on that and stuff like that. So I keep it waxed to minimize that, so it actually stays up out of the way.
So you could totally one up because I definitely don't want to start flossing my teeth with that.
Yeah.
It's God. I've had it before where it's just like it just curls in, and I think that's also like the. Sometimes I don't intentionally mean to do it, but I'll just like flick my tongue out, pull the hair in, and I'll just sit there. It's like a nervous.
I've caught myself doing that before too, where you just and then and it's right there, and yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. I know there's moments where people there's this thing as like you grab your own facial hair and put it in your mouth just to like
Well, see, the funny
get
thing
over
is
some nervous things.
this hasn't been my whole style. There was a time where I had a full beard that the beard came down, and it was regular mustache with the beard, but I had a beard that was like down to here for a while, and so yeah, it was.
And I keep mine close now. I used to do it like big bushy, and then that it was not attractive, and I was just like, let me just dial it back. I'll get it close to my jaw as best as I can to make it squarish jaw. I like how Jake and I we do this every episode. You're gonna see us playing with our facial hair.
If any episode, this is the episode to do it. You have the stash, let's do it. So okay, real quick moment, beard touch, mustache touch, beard touch, mustache touch. Viewers, if you have them, do it.
Mohawk, I'm looking at you.
This. Mohawk, I'm looking for you to do this.
If you touch Supus, we're gonna have a fight.
I got a little bit of twirl now.
I trim mine down to where I don't twirl it right now, but it'll be in the future. But I think now this I feel like the last part of the topic. I don't know if I want to end on this note, but you had mentioned before. I think it was something that we could talk about if you're comfortable with it. If you're not, then don't worry about it.
Completely comfortable with all the topics. Yeah, everything we've discussed already. I definitely am fine with talking about all of it. So
okay, I know. LOL. God, no. It was like the previous conversation we had before show. What we were talking about. What got you back? Well, what initially got you into Lego? You'd mentioned you'd gotten into it with us. I just didn't know if you wanted to talk about it live.
Let me throw a real quick biography out. I started building Lego initially when I was a kid, back in the 80s. Lego was still fresh and new. A lot of innovation was happening all at the same time. You had the city sets that were coming out, the pirate line that was coming out, Eldorado's Fortress. All of those things were coming out when I was a little kid, and I was the oldest of 4 brothers. So I would get the sets, I would build them, and then my little brothers would play with them, take them apart, destroy them, which is where my mock building started, was trying to put stuff back together because the instructions were long gone by that point of little brothers tearing things apart. So that's where my Lego building actually started, was back when I was 10, 12 years old, building for myself as well as my little brothers to rebuild stuff.
Nice.
So I built on and off all the way through high school. My parents were
Mhm.
split, so I had two households. So it was a coping mechanism growing up that for me, being able to do that was an escape from a lot of the stresses that I had growing up in my life. I'm dyslexic, so my mind doesn't work like
Mhm.
normal minds do. I have connection changes and things like that when it comes to stuff. But at the same time, when it comes to engineering, mechanical, all of those types of principles, my
Yeah.
mind works and functions exceptionally well in those respects. So being able to see things, perceive things, and build things was always something that was fairly easy and simple for me to do. So the building bricks, Legos were always something that was easy to distract me from everything around me.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I joined the military right out of high school and traveled around, did a lot of things all through that. And I consider that kind of a dark age because I didn't
Mhm.
build a lot while I was in the military because I traveled and moved and did a lot of things. It wasn't
Yeah.
until my last couple years in the military where I um, was getting ready to retire. And when I was getting ready to retire, I was going to college right after I retired to become a firefighter. It was
Okay.
something I did while I was in the military for a while and wanted to do it on the in the civilian sector. So I went to college to get my degree. And the end of my dark ages came when my wife at the time bought me the fire brigade modular. It was brand new out. I
Oh.
had just graduated, so that kind of pulled me out of the dark ages of my youth and put me back in as an adult. So I'm now retired from the military, working as a firefighter. And if you're familiar with firefighter schedules, you're working a day that is a 24-hour shift, and then you have 1 or 2 days off, then you're working 3 days. And so it varied like that. So I'd have a lot of free time where I'd start building. So I built a lot of fire related stuff, fire trucks, wilderness firefighting, wildland firefighting, stuff like that. All those kinds of things that were just coming out at the time back
Yeah.
in late 90s, early 2000s.
Nice.
So,
Heck yeah.
so that's what pulled me out of my first dark ages. Um, while I was in my dark ages, my wife was still active duty military because we were both dual military at the time,
Mhm.
and we continued going through. She continued for another 6 years after I retired. She retired at 24 years, and I built up until that point. And then she retired, and at that point, we moved, relocated, so everything got boxed up, put away, and kind of just got left boxed up, uh, which kind of kicked off a second dark age. Uh, for those that don't know, what we refer to as a dark age is a non-building era where we still have interest in it. We just don't necessarily partake or enjoy it as much as we do other times. But at the same
Yeah.
time, we're not getting rid of or wanting to divest from our Lego interest.
Yeah.
So that put me into my second dark age. Then in 2016, um, my wife passed away, and in that period of time, I was in a state of disarray and lost to society all the way around because of everything that was going on with my life. And it was about a year and a half after that where I actually was going through all of our household goods and all that type of stuff, and I pulled out Lego.
Hmm.
Um, in the process of that year and a half, I was trying to reevaluate what I wanted to do with my life. I'm single. I had children that were grown adults at that point. So I was looking at what do I want to do? I have multiple degrees in multiple things. I could do just about anything. So I had a lot of opportunities and options. And in the process of that, I thought, well, I retired from the military. I can go back. I just have
Yeah.
to pass some evaluations to requalify for active duty service. So, in the process of doing that, I reached out to a former shipmate of mine, retired Navy. So, I reached out to a shipmate of mine that was supposed to be a recruiter at the time, or recently was a recruiter. And I was looking for him to be able to help me out. In the
Yeah.
process of doing that, I found out that he was unfortunately passed away just 6 months prior which was actually about 6 months after my wife passed away.
Yeah.
And when I went to reach out to him, I actually it might have been a couple days, might have been a week. Timeline was blurry because of circumstances, but I got a email and a response back from his wife, asking me who I was and why I was trying to contact him. And I briefly explained to her who I was and what I was trying to do. And she says, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to help you because he passed away.
Yeah.
And that's when I met her for the first time, was in conversation about her loss, and then explaining to her who I was and how I knew him and the history that I had with him. And up until that point, she had no idea who I was.
Yeah.
So fast forward about a year and a half, 2 years after that, we had become friends while going through our grief process. And while we were going through our grief process, we went to a retreat together, and it was a very unique retreat where you go, and it's called Leap of Faith. And in the process of going through your grief process, you literally take a leap of faith out of an airplane, skydiving, to step away from your grief and from the process and let go of something that was holding you back, and being able to continue forward on processing your grief to continue to live and be productive in your life. So that's when we really bonded. And at that point, we started a relationship and moved forward from that. And in that process, the location that I'm at now has been a fruit of that relationship. The 2 children that she had with him are now my bonus children, 8-year-old daughter and now 11-year-old son. And they brought me out of my second dark ages. I pulled the Lego out once meeting her and getting to know the kids and stuff like that. And I took the fire brigade, which was a significant gift to me from my now late wife, and gave it to him, the 11-year-old, because his dad was also a firefighter that I trained. So passed on the significance of the set to him, that I explained to him why it was given to me, because I graduated from college for my firefighting degree and stuff like that. His dad was a firefighter. He knew that. He knew his dad a little bit before he passed away. He was only 4.5 when his dad passed away. So he had a very limited memory and understanding of who his dad was. So I've been blessed in that respect to be able to tell stories and refresh their dad's memory to them, of continuing. And that's actually why Harry Potter is my primary theme, is because of the kids. Me personally, being Navy, pirate ships is my main thing. But being able to actually tackle Harry Potter and the story and the entire universe and their fondness for it has given me a immense passion for it.
I freaking love that.
It brings us around full circle to, I now build in the basement, and as of 3 years ago, this basement room didn't exist.
Oh wow.
And these Legos, none of this Lego. So well, retirement has definitely been lucrative.
So, I think this is, dude, I think this is an awesome way to make that full circle. I want to thank you so much for sharing that story. It's amazing.
My pleasure. And it's something I want to communicate to people and let them know that everybody has trials and tribulations going through your life. At some point or another, you're going to hit a pothole that's the size of a sinkhole and have problems.
Yeah.
But don't get so bogged down in it that you can't climb back out of it or get help to get out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're that deep and stuff like that. And there are things like this that can help us get through all of those struggles. So find something that you can put effort into, but at the same time, don't drown yourself in it.
Yeah. I honestly think that is a good way to end.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good way. Man, there have been 2 episodes this season where it's gotten so meaningful and so passionate. I don't know if you watched our episode with Little Bricks Charities chairman.
I know Russ well. Yes, okay. I know Russ.
Did not know if you watched that episode. That got real deep. I told him, I was like,
Russ is an amazing man with a massive giant heart. So.
Yeah.
Definitely,
gentlemen, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me this evening. It's been a pleasure for me as much as it has been for you. I know.
You want to tell everybody where they can find you at if they are not already following your amazing stuff?
Exactly.
Yeah. You can find me at any of my socials, brick.dad, brick.dad, or brick.dad.builds for Instagram and YouTube. And on each of those profiles, I actually have a link tree up in the profiles for all of those, so you can go in there. I also have custom Lego music that is specific, made by me on that link tree, so you can check out my vibes and see what kind of music I listen to while I build. It's a shared drive, so feel free to download if you do like any of it. If you have requests or anything, I continually make new music as well, and it's all Lego music. It's just cool vibes and build stuff, dragons, castles, spaceships galore. So, but yeah, brick.dad.builds, and of course, as you see down there, Lego ideas. Go take a look, give it a support, and definitely help me out. Let's get that set built and get it into the hands of builders so they can enjoy it and hang it on their wall. Or if you're a mock builder, there's a lot of great stuff in there. If you want to build some water, part it out. I'm not going to have my feelings hurt.
I will say this: it's at 399 supporters right now. I've been refreshing and constantly checking. We have not hit the 400 yet, but it is bound to happen. We got 8 viewers in this chat now. We should be able to get the 400 easily.
I'm not going to say that I haven't been doing it either, but I have.
Oh, I've been checking with you, man. I'm like sitting here refreshing.
I think we all have it off screen to the side.
Everyone's got it.
Even if we don't hit 400 right now, I'm sure there'll be people that'll rewatch this video just out of your following and stuff like that, and people that'll come across it. And first off, I want to thank them for watching this video and being a part of the community. And secondly, thank you for making it all the way to the end and checking out this video.
No. We're that awesome. All right, but I am going to close it out with our little media asset. Lord, I got to do this I do this overlay. It's great. There are the 4 beautiful people on that screen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed tonight's podcast, please tune in to us live on YouTube Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our season finale next week, and we are going to be joined by Professor Brickman. I don't think I'm going to say his first name because you'll just find that out on the show later. But he'll be joining us next week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We should have the Hawks. Hopefully they have some electricity by the time that the next episode pops out. But, of course, if you did like the content that you saw here and you'd like to recap, you can always go to the ELPN YouTube channel, and you can always go to Brick at Night on ELPN's podcast links, which are on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. Take a look at the content that's on TikTok. On TikTok, we are at Brick at Night, and then on Instagram, we are at Brick at Night ELPN. But not only that, feel free to share the love and show the love to the content creators who are behind this channel. You have the 2 absent, amazing duo mock builders at Unhappy Mohawk and at Supacabre, where you can always go to their at Supahawk Bricks page. And then, of course, you have my amazing co-host who loves to show off his guns at brick.it.jake. And then, of course, you have myself, aspiring voice actor at ken.nerd, where the E's are 3s. I know, I try. Wrong button. There we go. That's the button that I needed. But just added you on here. Yeah, you got General Tron's bricks. He's got you followed. We haven't hit 400 yet. I was hoping we hit 400 by the end of the episode. Make a Brick at Night one. I need you to do that.
You know, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the support and all the encouragement, and not just to me, but to the community as a whole. So thank you, guys. Continue the great work. I've appreciated it.
Thanks.
Awesome. And Jake, close us out, buddy.
From all of us here at Brick and Night, I hope you enjoyed our last episode ever. April Fools!